Yo, what is up, guys? Db2 Alex here with another video, and today I'm gonna be going over the setup on the car since it is going to get tuned in 2 days. I'm recording this on a Tuesday. It's gonna get tuned on a Thursday, so I just want to show you guys what exactly I have, and I'm actually go over all the cost and show you how much it cost me to go B20V turbo. So yeah, so let's turn the camera around and show you what's in the engine bay. So let's start with the head. The head is a B16 that I had bought off a friend. It has dual valve springs, retainers, springs. Then we have the GT35R turbo, which is eBay. I got a custom up pipe. I got eBay intercooler piping and a fake replica HKS blow-off valve. I got a 4-bar map sensor. I'm not too sure which one it is again. I think it's Speed Factory. And then I got a Skunk 2 intake manifold Pro Series, which I might include that in the price. I actually got this from a friend, the catch can. I got the valve cover done from some guy called Kelly Built out here in San Jose. I think he charged me like 40 bucks. And then, I mean, I'm not gonna go over the mounts and all that, just going strictly how much the head and the turbo setup cost me. And then also I got Turbo Smart wastegate, 1050cc ID injectors, and it's all tuned on Honda, which is what I'm running the car on. And that's probably one of the big expensive parts there, which is, I'm gonna break it down. You guys could go expensive or go cheap. I'm gonna show you the exact way I went and how much it cost. So I'm gonna go on my laptop right now and crunch up all the numbers and show you guys exactly what I have bought. I'll get a little more into depth of the parts that I have bought once I get to my laptop, and I'll have a full list of everything, like including all the little fittings and all that. So yeah, can't wait to get this fucking tuned. And then I've had a lot of people actually ask me what size these tires are. So let's check. The tire size is, there we go, it's 225 45 15s, and they are Nitos. I think they're, I don't know exactly which ones they are, but yeah, they're pretty good. They look kind of good. So yeah, so let's get to the laptop and crunch the numbers up. Alright guys, so I'm here on my laptop, about to show you guys all the prices right now and stuff. So alright, so I'm gonna show you guys a quick little rundown. Most of the stuff's eBay stuff, so let's start off with the turbo itself, which is right there. So that's the turbo I'm running. It's a GT3582, it's called. It was $129. And let's go to the intercooler piping, which was $176. That came with the blow-off valve. That's not the exact one I'm running. I bought it a long time ago, and unfortunately I don't have the exact one, but I remember it was like 180, 170 bucks. And it does include a blow-off valve, which you could upgrade if you want. I mean, it worked. I mean, it's just a blow-off valve. It doesn't really, like, I'm not gonna say it doesn't really do much, but it's not like if it's gonna break or something, you know. So then, all right, oil pan. I'm gonna go down the list now. I upgraded to a bigger intercooler, so that one cost me $84. Then I did end up switching to a Moroso oil pan with the bung. I mean, instead of running the bung, you just tap it. So that's $164, and that's how much the VTEC conversion cost me, $335. That does come with ARP headed studs and everything to tap the head. I mean, yeah, the head and the line for the oil. Then some gauges, you know, 16 bucks. Speed Factory, the 4-bar cost me 80. Already went over the turbo. You know, you need gauges. You know, you need the wideband to make sure your car's running perfect, not running lean or rich. That way you can see what's going on. Ignore that. I did end up I pieced the turbo together, obviously. That's why I didn't get a complete turbo kit. So the lines and return line cost me 28 bucks. Then since I went with the up pipe, I just bought a flange, and then I took it to my exhaust shop where I'm from, and they charged me, I think, 40 bucks. And then you need a fuel pump. I'm running a 255, and that works with E85, so that works for me. You know, oil pressure gauge is pretty important, so I got a glow shift. And then at first I was running this Rev 9 wastegate, which, I mean, it was 7 pounds, and then it started doing, no, I think it was a 5-pound spring, and then when I got it tuned, it was making 7 pounds. Then it started making 9 pounds, then it went up to 14 pounds. So that's how my car blew up. Don't cheap out on your wastegate. You know, it's a really important part, and I made that big mistake, and it ended up costing me my block. So luckily, I mean, I got another block. So here, I broke it down right here. The big parts are all on top, as you can see. Honda, well, the head cost me 500 bucks, and that has like dual valve springs and flat valves. Got a pretty good deal on that. And then the conversion kit, like I said, cost me $330. So it cost me about almost 900 bucks to do a B20V with the head and the head gasket and all that stuff. And then Honda, it was $550. I got a pretty good deal. That is the V3 version, I think, with the white top. So that was $550. You could probably get it around $550 to $650, somewhere in that range. My injectors are ID injectors, $550. It cost me about, I mean, $1,050. They cost me about $550, and then my wastegate was $310. It is Turbo Smart wastegate with a bunch of springs it came with, and then you're gonna have to pay for a tune, obviously. So tune could cost anywhere from $250 to $600. I mean, it depends on who you go to. The guy I'm going to, Hybrid Works, he's probably gonna charge me like $400. He charges a little more for E85 or other type of gas. So out of the turbo kit, not including the wastegate, it was $333. And then, I mean, I already told you guys how much the intercooler costed me. You don't need an oil pan. You could use use a bung and get it welded on your stock pan, which I did have for a while because my car came with one when I bought it. So it ended up leaking because the oil pan was pretty beat up. So then I switched to the Moroso one. I mean, there is ways you could do this a lot cheaper. You could run smaller injectors if you're not gonna go 85. I was running 550s on my old setup, and I got them for 100 bucks used. Like, a lot of these parts you could get used. Just make sure, you know, you're not getting ripped off or anything like that. For sure, what I want to tell you guys right now is do not cheap out on your wastegate. You know, you don't want to be over boosting for no reason, and saying, oh, whatever. I mean, I know 300 bucks to $70 is the big difference, but nah, man, don't do that. You don't want to risk it. I'm gonna total everything, all the money I have on my car, and let you guys know how much I spent. But for a DA, I had a for a D Integra, I had get solid mounts. I had to go with the traction bar because it has like this thing in the front, and it doesn't let anything clear. So even for long tube headers, if you want to, like, not long tube headers, but big tube headers, you have to like smack it or cut it. So I ended up just going with the traction bar. And yeah, I mean, sorry this video is all talking, you know. I just want to explain my car, what I have into it, because, you know, the car is gonna get tuned tomorrow, and I want to let you guys know what I kind of have, and so you can see how much I have put into it. You know, I probably have like $2,000 in it with all the parts included. So I'm gonna total everything out right now and give you the exact price. But yeah, I just want to show you guys, you know, the exact turbo I'm running, because I know I got a lot of questions on Instagram what I'm running. And also make sure you get an oil sandwich filter thing that lets you run oil lines. You know, I use my turbo oil line from that, and also my VTEC oil line, which the VTEC conversion kit comes with one, but I don't think it has that many fittings, so that's why I ordered that glow shift one. Where is the turbo at? Sorry for that. Alright, there you go. So yeah, I mean, it's a pretty cheap turbo. I mean, it's like one of the cheapest ones in the market, $129. I mean, you can't go bad with that. It does allow you to run water to cool it down if you choose to, but I'm not running that. And then it does have a little vacuum on it, so I run my wastegate off that. It comes with gaskets. It does not come with no fittings, and I did have to buy an extra fitting for the oil because the fittings I had ordered did not fit this turbo. So I mean, the fitting was only like $7. Just gotta make sure you order the right one, because I did order one and it was not the right one, so I had to order another $7 one. I don't know anything else I'm probably missing in the car. Not really. So I'm gonna total it right now and give you guys the exact price of. Probably just do all the turbo stuff, like all the lines, the gauges, the wastegate, and the Honda, like all the turbo stuff. And I'll leave the VTEC apart, because that, I mean, that was like $900 for the VTEC with the head. So let me get that real quick. Alright guys, so I added everything up, and this is the price of my exact setup, all the parts, all the big parts, Honda, ID injectors, wastegate, you know. So the grand price is, focus up, $2,591, which is, I mean, shit, for eBay setup, you know, that seems like a lot, but when you add up all this, like the little things, it really ends up being a lot. Like, just look at the Honda and the injectors alone is over $1,000, you know. So adding the wastegate to that puts it up to like the high thousand. So I mean, at that time is when you really could ask yourself, do you want to run Honda? Do you want to go off chrome? Do you want to go with the cheap wastegate, which I do not recommend? Do you want to buy used parts? Do you want to buy new parts? You know, you could save a lot of money buying used parts. You know, just make sure you buy it from someone you trust. Don't just buy it off someone random. You know, it could be fake parts, it could be messed up parts. I mean, you don't know how the quality of parts are because they're used. So, you know, it's always a risk, but I mean, you could get it like a lot cheaper. So all the actual turbo stuff, including the map bar sensor, which you don't really need if you're not running too much boost, but it ended up being $1,081. That's not including the catch can. I had $100 to the catch can for that. But yeah, then once I added that, it became that basically. So you know, that's all up to you on how much you want to waste. You know, go cheap, go all out. I'm running 85, so I had to go with the big injectors, or you could be like my last setup with $100 injectors I found used for RC 550 injectors. You know, it all depends. So yeah, I'm gonna cut this video. I'm gonna finish it up. You know, it's all talking. You know, I'm sorry, but since I'm about to get tuned in 2 days, I wanted to just tell you guys my setup and show you guys the horsepower numbers. You know, I'm doing 7 pounds unless the car doesn't make power, and I'm like, fuck it, let's turn it up. But hopefully it makes a decent power on 7 pounds. So yeah, till the tune, guys, I'll be making you guys another video on that. And yeah, deuces.